Hi there, welcome to another workout for you to row along to. Now today's workout is perfect if you are looking to build up your speed over short distances. And as such, this is part of the 1K plan that I have up here on the channel. Don't worry, you don't have to be part of the plan in order to work out and enjoy this session. But if you're on the 1K plan, then this is us getting towards the end because we're at week 4, session 5. And next week is when you then look to trying to do some kind of a big test row, whether that's a 1K or whether it's something else. It's up to you. Because what we're going to do today is 6 1-minute intervals with 2 minutes rest in between. But those 1-minute intervals, I want you to go slightly faster than what your 1K pace currently is. So for those on the 1K plan, in the sessions where we've been working up and kind of saying, okay, so today's going to be 8 1 minutes with 1 minute rest or whatever, you'll have worked out your average pace across that, which would be your kind of current 1K pace. I want you to go faster than that. So in my case, I've been kind of getting it down from around about 143 to 139 over the course of this plan. So I want to go faster than 139 pace for each of these 1-minute intervals, which is going to be tough, but it's only 1 minute and you get 2 minutes rest, okay? And this is going to build that top end pace ready for whatever you've got coming up next. But remember, there's still a whole other week to come, don't worry. So before we get anywhere near our main session, we have to get into a warm-up, and we're going to do a 10-minute warm-up today, just to make sure that we are fully ready to go for the main session. And of course, if you need to warm up longer, please do. Now, before we even get into that, we have to set up our machine. And on a concept 2, that means going and setting the drag factor first. If you don't know about drag factor, I do have a video here on the channel. If you know a little bit about it, but not where to set it, I recommend around about 130, and then you can adjust from there. If you know absolutely nothing, then just set your lever between 4 and 5, because too low isn't the issue, too high is the issue, okay? If you're on a non-concept 2, just set the weights so you get a nice feel from the stroke, but you don't have to heave and yank against the handle to get the thing moving. Next up, if you can, set the monitor to eye height so you don't have to look up and you don't have to look down. And finally, if you can adjust your foot stretcher height to get it to a position where you can come into the front of the machine with your shins pointing vertically, okay? Too high, you might not be able to get there. Too low, you may go scooting straight past. And remember, what you have in your feet, if you change it, can alter it. I usually row in socks and then I'm 3 holes showing on a concept 2. In these Nike Zooms, I'm only 1 hole showing because they're a lot bigger than my feet, obviously. So 10-minute warm-up, we're going to start this at round about 20 strokes a minute for 2 minutes, and then we're going to do a little bit of alternating rate work and whatever to make things a little bit harder, and then kind of back off a little bit just to make sure that we're warmed up but we're not exhausted. Okay, so just stick with me, follow me. I'll call out when we have to do all our changes and stuff, all right? Sunglasses on because it's a rather sunny day today. We're going to get into this in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Now I just want you to think about a light push with your legs right now, okay? So you're not really putting any power into the machine. All you're doing is pushing enough that you can connect your feet to your hands, and then your machine starts to move, or the flywheel, whatever you've got, starts to move. It's like real light rowing. If you're used to having a 2K training pace, then I want you to be slower than 2K plus 18, which is our usual 20 strokes a minute pace. I just want you to take this gently for the first 2 minutes so you can work on the timing of that push from your feet into your hands. Because if you've got a forwards tilt over your back and straight arms, and you push your feet into the machine and time it so your handle picks up the flywheel or water wheel, whatever you've got, at the same time, then that power from your feet just goes into the handle, and if you hold your arms straight in the forward tilt, you should then hang off the handle as you push with your legs. So you just work on that timing. If you push a little bit too soon with your feet, your backside will escape from underneath you, and you'll lose quite a lot of potential power. By talking power, in 5 strokes time, I want you just to increase that push from your feet a little bit. Maybe go about 5 seconds faster than you are right now, or 2K plus 18 training pace. So here we go. Just a little bit more of a push you should hear whatever machine you're using responds by getting a little bit louder. So my whoosh of the flywheel now has a higher pitch. You can hear the acceleration as I push a little bit harder with my feet. But again, you're not wanting to go full power here. This is a warm-up, not a hit the ground running full speed for 10 minutes. Up. Right, 2 more strokes and then we'll back off by 2 or 3 seconds. Okay, so just ease, keep it the same stroke rate, but just ease off that pressure from your feet. And then what we're going to do over the next 6 minutes, once this minute is done, is just increase stroke rate for 30 seconds and then go back to this pace again. And we'll end up nice and fast by the end. Okay, 8 strokes to go. What are you buzzing for? Okay, I am rowing. Here we go. Keep that timing right. Keep that push of your feet. So in 4 strokes time, we're going to go up to 22 strokes a minute. Around about 2K plus 15. Just a little faster than you were rowing before. So here we go. Bit of a stronger push again from your feet. Should be all it takes for your stroke rate to increase and therefore for your pace to increase too. 2 more strokes here and then we'll slow down to about 20 strokes a minute, easy pace again. So this is just going to prime you for a higher stroke rate, get your cardio warmed up, muscles warmed up, hopefully get your bones and ligaments and things that you need all nice and smooth. Okay, 1 more stroke and we'll take it up to 24 and a little bit faster still. So another couple of seconds faster than you were just rowing your 22s at. And again, this shouldn't really be that you're having to overdrive the stroke. Just taking it up to 24 should be enough. Let's do 1 more. Back to 20. Yeah, just taking the stroke rate up should be all it takes for your pace to go up. So as we go into the 26s next, then you should find naturally you're going 2 or 3 seconds faster than you were just doing the 24s. Okay, 2 more. 1 more. So let's go up to 26 strokes a minute. So push harder. And that should give you a faster drive phase of your stroke. And then when you complement that with a slightly faster recovery, that gets your rate up. 1 more. Back to 20s. Let these 20s just give you a moment to recover because you don't want to overly tax your system here. That's going to come in the main session. This is just about opening you up and priming you. Right, 2 more strokes. Then we'll go up to 28 after this one. Here we go. And it's probably round about these 28s, where you'll start to feel you need to think a little bit more about how your body moves to keep the stroke rate high. And it's all about the handle. 2 more, 1 more, down to 20s. So it's the handle away that's key for a high stroke rate. So you drive nice and fast, but then you get that handle smoothly away from your body again. 3 to go. 2 more. Last one. Let's go to 30 strokes a minute. Another couple of seconds faster. If you're keeping count, this should be around 2K plus 2. Okay, so handle smoothly away, helps your body come forwards. 2 more, 1 more, down to 20s. I've got 1 more to come. Up at 32 strokes a minute. Right, 3 more. 2, 1. Okay, here we go. And this should be your 2K average pace, or a tiny bit faster. I'm 2K minus 2. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. And let's just paddle home. Just keep moving, like you're breathing. Catch hold. Like I said, if you want to continue to warm up, then add on another 5 minutes of light rowing or whatever you need. Last one for me. And then once you're ready, have a quick drink, and I will explain one more time what it is we're doing today. Okay then, so today's row is about high stroke rate and high power. What we're going to do is 1 minute 6 times with 2 minutes rest in between. But I want you to do those 1 minutes at your 1K pace, but faster, okay? So a couple of seconds faster than your 1K pace, or a couple of seconds faster than what you've been hitting as your kind of max pace across this plan if you've been rowing the 1K plan. And this should really kind of get it in you, that little bit of a zing in your legs on how to work a little bit faster, and then how to hold it for that minute, but then you get 2 minutes rest. So all is good. We just do it 6 times, and that'll probably work out about 1 3/4, maybe 1.5 times total work that you will be doing when it comes to your 1K, if that's what you're aiming for at the end of this, okay? So I'm gonna have a quick drink. Make sure you've got a drink nearby. I do hope you're properly warmed up. Now, I won't be surprised if, even though I just did that warm up, if I've got a little bit of a sketchy start here, because that first one's always a little bit weird. But I'm going to be going in for this, aiming for round about 138 pace or better. And my stroke rate's going to be round about 32 to 34 is my aim. But let's see how we get on at the end of this first interval. In fact, I don't need sunglasses yet. Here we go then. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, go. Now remember, this is about power from the legs as well as a high rate. This is what we've been working on the whole plan. Power plus stroke rate equals fast. Okay, 20 seconds. 10, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Alrighty then. 1:37.8, which I'll take. So, especially as that was my opening interval, I kind of want the rest of them to be that fast or better. Make sure to relax, take time to recover. Fortunately, it's only 6 of them, so it doesn't feel like you've got a massive mountain of effort to climb here. And it must be said, if when you're done with this and you're done with cooldown and stuff, if you want to add on like 15 minutes worth of low intensity rowing, please do. Have a drink. Because it's only 6 minutes worth of high intensity plus warm up plus cooldown, you may feel a little bit, I didn't spend that much time on the machine today. In which case, like I say, 10-15 minutes of a low intensity, a longer cooldown. Maybe you skip my stretching and you just row the whole way through it and you stretch yourself afterwards. Who knows? But that's only if you don't feel you've got the fullest of workout and you want a little bit more. I'm going to make sure I get one heck of a workout out of just these 6 intervals, because I got stuff to do. 20 seconds to go. Now at 15, if you want to do some light rowing, so you're not starting from stop flywheel, please do. Protect your back, it's really important if you need to. Otherwise, well, that's why I put my sunglasses on. We're going in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Power. So, if you can think power, you can think pushing the machine away while you keep straight arms and a forwards tilt, then your leg power will be getting into the machine for you to then top up at the back of the machine by pulling to a strong finish. Okay, I got one more, possibly. There. So that was 1:37.1, which was half a second faster. And trust me, might only sound like half a second, but it's a lot of hard work. I worked for that half a second. May get to a point in this workout where I'm going to need to just completely shut up for the entire interval. Hopefully this is one of the ones where you're working so hard anyway that what I say is just white noise in your ear. Have a drink. Ooh. It's a proper spicy workout. We're only 2 intervals in. Oh, my glutes. I could feel my backside going a little bit too high off the seat that time, so I'll have to watch this time because I really don't want the seat to go flying away from me. because I'm not reshooting this one, that's for sure. This is when I think, okay, is the microphone working, is the camera working? Because I'm not doing this one again for at least another week. Okay, 20 seconds to go. Remember what I said about light rowing if you want to protect your back for that first stroke. Otherwise, pick up your handle, get yourself in that nice forward tilted starting position, because we're going in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And that's the thing to try to maintain, is your posture, your forwards tilt, powerful over your hips. Try not to lunge into the front of the machine in an effort to get more length. You want to just keep a good angle. Push with your feet. Let the power go through. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Almost a second faster. 136.2. But I tell you what, with about 15 seconds to go on that one, I could feel my legs starting to fade. That's okay. I'm happy because I was putting in more power. So it's teaching me about the balance of power to energy to muscle fade. Have a drink. 3 down, 3 to go. We are at the Bon Jovi point. We're halfway there. I'm just adjusting my heart rate monitor because I think it's a little low. Finished that last one, 85% of my max, but I'm pretty sure that at these high rates, every stroke I take cancels out 1 BPM on my chest strap. Okay, 20 seconds to go until interval 4. Do that light rowing to protect your back. Otherwise, we're starting in 10 seconds. Nice powerful posture. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Now, as tempting as it starts to become to think it's about pulling the handle, try to keep your arms straight at the front of the stroke. Hook those fingers over the handle. Don't choke it to death. Okay, 10 seconds. 3, 2. Oh. Tiny bit slower. Ooh. The great thing about actually rowing this plan at my proper training intensity is that I've been able to go through this and adjust the sessions to what I know it's important to work on. So originally, week 4, session 5 was meant to be 6 2-minute intervals with 4 minutes rest in between. Have a drink. But it's now about getting in power, about overloading, about working your body, knowing what your body can achieve at this stage. So I actually binned that session. I think it was originally based on my very original plan that was 6 times 500 meters. But it kind of dawned on me that my 500 meter pace for this would be around about 1:40, not 2 minutes. So I started to think that's a bit too much work for where we are in the plan. The benefits aren't really there. Where's the benefit of some high-end speed work? That's really there. Okay, 15 seconds to go. 10, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Rate up, power up. And remember, you're not staying still at either end of the stroke. So finish the stroke, handle goes out over your knees to help your quick recovery. But then you also need to turn it around at the front. Try not to pause. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Well, that's nice reward. For how that one felt. Fastest one yet. Whew. At 135.3. Make sure to breathe. Ooh. Sun's coming out for the last interval. I know it makes it a little less entertaining when I do this at full whack, because I'm not talking to you quite as much. Have a drink. But I'm hoping you'll see that this is achievable. It's all very good being knowledgeable and writing out a plan, but I think it's more important, or just as important, let's say, to go through the same plan yourself and experience it. So, final interval, you know what I'm going to say. Let's see what we can get out of this. My plan is hold the same pace for the first 30 seconds, then increase the power from my legs, then increase stroke rate, and see what happens. 15 seconds to go. I may not talk, if that's okay. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Power. Power. And rate. Come on. Whoa. 1 second. All right, get over yourself, John. So, hashtag get over yourself for today. Oh, mama. Still, what I was saying in one of the previous sessions about the dopamine hit of success keeping you going. So I looked up, saw 132, and went, oh, that sounds all right. Then I saw 130, and I'm like, well, I want to get under 130. Then I saw 129. I thought, come on, can you? And I managed to see 128 on the monitor. Yay. Yay me. So I finished that last one at an average of 132 pace. And remember, I was just aiming for 138 or faster throughout that workout, and I managed it. So in terms of the importance of this workout is about your mental strength here. Now that you've done that, so I'm not ignoring you, I'm just loading up a 3-minute cooldown. Now that you've done that session at that pace, that many times, when it comes to doing any fast row coming up, not only have you put yourself through that experience, but you know what you can achieve. So if you are holding 1K pace, 2 seconds or so slower than that, it's a walk in the park, surely. So 3-minute cooldown. Let's do this at run about 2K plus 30 training pace, about 5 out of 10, 20 strokes a minute. Okay, for the first minute. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, go. Ugh. So yeah, so my thinking for this session was that kind of faster than the pace you're going to be rowing at is really important anyway, so you know you can go faster. Okay, so even in previous workouts where you may have been like, no, I need to hold my pace, I can't go any faster, because today's was literally saying go faster. Then hopefully that's what you managed, and you'll have unlocked 1 second or so of extra pace that you'd hitherto convinced yourself you weren't capable of. So it gives you the confidence for what's to come. Okay, 2 more strokes, then I'm going to take 1 foot out the straps, put it on the ground, then I'm going to continue rowing. And this just helps your legs and your hips open up and ease off. Important thing here is to try to maintain just that 1 o'clock lean forwards and 11 o'clock lean backwards. 1 more. Swap feet. Of course, you're looking at me the wrong way around, so that would be 11 o'clock forwards and 1 o'clock backwards. But what you don't want to do is, just because you've got 1 leg in, just because you can dump into the front now by opening out your legs, don't. Still try and keep a good fluid technique here. Okay, one more. And put both feet back in. Don't worry about strapping in. Legs straight. Row with your back and arms. So you connect the handle to the machine with that initial swing of the back. Okay? So as your back swings, handle connects, and only then do you pull in with your mighty, mighty arms. Okay, one more here. Then roll forwards, do up your straps in the way, and then arms straight, forward tilt. Just press out lightly from the front, just enough that you connect to the machine. You can hear and feel the handle connecting. But the important part is that you only slide until shins vertical, you keep your arms straight, and you keep a forwards tilt. Okay, so you don't push so hard that you have to recoil against the power. Do one more here. Nice full stroke. Yeah. And there we go, we're done. Whew. Oh. Right, done something weird to my knee. That's strange. Not enjoying that. So, stretching. If you have no time, then please at least stretch your quads and your hamstrings. If you do have time, then you can either join Stretchy John, who will take you through very structured and non-waffling stretching, or you can join me and I will give you some structured yet waffling stretching. So let's start off with hamstrings. Put both your feet in, I've got my straps loose, legs straight, hands in the air, like you just don't care, and fold forwards, okay? And as long as you get that fold, that hinge from your back, folding forwards to what am I about, 2 o'clock tilt, so further than I would be if I was rowing. But you should feel you've got that stretch up here into your hamstrings. Like I said, remember, if you want to row after today's workout, or maybe you're still actually rowing through the stretching session, that's perfectly fine. I'm going to go for like a 6-minute cool down run after this. Not because I need to, but just because, well, I need to run, but I don't need to do the cool down run. What leg do I need to start on so I'm facing you for glutes? Is that one? Yeah. So one leg up on the rail, other leg comes over the top. Pull that leg, oh no, I've done it the wrong way around. Idiot, there we go. Pull that leg across, hold on to the back of the machine, ta-da, okay? So as you rotate into that hip at the back, you should feel that glute gets a nice wee stretch. Like I say, the height you have this other leg at, how much you're pulling it across your body, how much you rotate into it, all that can affect how good a stretch that you get into your glute, okay? And it may help. I mean, it's a bit of a supine spinal twist as well as you do this, as you kind of do that just round to the side. So, but do make sure if you have any back issues, spine issues, always pay attention to them first and stretch the way that works best for you. I'm merely taking you through the stretches that I do, okay? Quads next. In fact, I'll start on this side so I can hold on. So steady yourself on the monitor, flick that foot up, hold your heel up against your backside, and then kind of stand on one leg to give your balancing muscles on your other leg a wee bit of a workout. But make sure you've got a straight line between your shoulder, your hip and your knee, and it's your quads that are getting the stretch, okay? It's not your hip flexors, your quads. So again, no, that was failure. I'll blame it on being on grass. There we go. Not fooling anyone, am I? There we go. I mean, it's a complicated move, flicking, don't laugh at me, flicking your heel up your back into your backside. Again, how much you pull, where you're holding this back foot and stuff, all makes a difference. Same with, here I'll do the hip flexor stretch with my knee off the ground first. So you go into a lunge on your front leg, okay? So your knee is slightly over your ankle, and then drop your back knee down, not so it touches the ground, but just drop it down and then push that hip forwards. Actually, see by starting in the lunge and then dropping that foot, I don't seem to have that massive amount of force going into the leg that I'm lunging into. So maybe that's how you do it to stop if you have any issues with that force. However, I do prefer putting that knee down on the ground and then doing it all as one move. So I bring that knee over my foot, so then my back hip, then I can push that forwards, and that really does give me a good stretch. And remember, things like your back toes, that makes it sound like you've got front toes, but the toes on your back foot, let's say, if I put them flat on the ground, I totally lose the stretch through my hip flexor. When I'm up on my toes, suddenly it comes back. So little tweaks like that. Like I say, it's your body. You stretch how your body wants to be stretched. Forearms. So Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off. Push your hands together, and as you push, bring them down. And that should give you a nice little stretch into your wrists and your forearms underneath underneath of your forearm. Which, on a session like today, I definitely think towards the last couple of intervals there, I was trying to squeeze more power out by pulling a lot harder on the handle at the back, and possibly as I was pushing with the legs, because the thing is about Concept 2 is the more force you put into it, the harder it is to move it. So that's kind of the point of drag factor and things, is that you want to find a drag factor where you can put in maximum power without having to heave and pull against the handle. Shoulders, hand across your body, or arm across your body, hold it in place, and again rotate into it to give that a nice little thing. But yeah, so the more force you put into Concept 2, the harder the stroke feels, but of course the faster you go. But the harder the stroke feels, the more inclined you may be, or certainly I may be, to put in an early pull with the arms to overcome that extra weight of the machine. And so that's where practice and confidence, and even like the weights room and stuff comes into play there, that you have to make sure that you don't pull early, because you can completely break that chain of power by pulling early. Maybe I've just swapped arms. Of course, I say this every now and then, it's all a little bit when it comes to Concept 2 rowing, because this is just about making a machine go fast. So you look at some of the bodybuilders, look at Eddie, what was his name, second name? I've got Fletcher in my head, the rowing guy, but it's not him, Eddie Hall. Videos of him rowing. He's not rowing, he's brutalizing the machine with all of his power, but he's making a Concept 2 go fast. If he was in a boat, he would, within 2 strokes, the boat would go like that because of how he's rowing. But it doesn't matter, it's about making a Concept 2 go fast. So there is that little argument about, I'll do whatever I want to do to make it go fast. Fair enough, but then I'm just talking about efficiency and injury prevention and all that kind of, and enjoyability. Crikey, if I rowed like Eddie Hall did, I wouldn't enjoy it. I would for 100 meters, but that's it. Sorry, let's do biceps. So put your hands behind your back, straight arms straight out, and then rotate your thumbs outwards. And that will lengthen the long head of your bicep. I'll get even longer and give it a little stretch. It's a good one because you can do both at the same time this time. Not many of the stretches can you do 2 at the same time. Forearms, biceps, the rest of them all, hamstrings. Not that I'm saying you should rush your stretching, but it does get a little bit, get on with it. So triceps, put one hand up over your back, touches your spine, use your other hand to then push your elbow back so that your elbow now points straight up to the sky. Reach for the sky. I've not seen the Lightyear film yet. Kind of missed it. Kids went to see it with school. And so Julie and I didn't get a chance to watch it. It's on Disney. Maybe we'll watch that one night. But it's kind of thing that, I'm sure it's great, but you just think these are the kind of things we used to always watch with the kids. Unless you sit there watching it on your own. Anyway, other arm. Don't know what tonight's TV viewing is the new series of Cobra Kai. Series 4, is it? Ooh. And it's a Friday night, so that means spaghetti bolognese. In fact, it'll be spaghetti bolognese. We'll probably watch Welcome to Wrexham, the Ryan Reynolds thing. Ryan Reynolds still hasn't got in touch and bought me yet. Yeah, so Welcome to Wrexham, and then we'll watch Cobra Kai, I think. Friday nights we tend to watch TV programmes, and Saturday night, if we're staying in, it'll be like a movie night. It's the thing you get, once you have kids of a certain age, you just pretty much just get locked down into your own house. I'm not complaining at all. I mean, we met, what was it, I was 20, I think, when we met, 21, when Julie and I met. And then we were just a couple of kids having fun for, well, I was 34 when Jamie, my eldest, came along. So I was like 13 years of the two of us just being a couple who were boyfriend and girlfriend, then we got engaged, then we got married, and we just had fun. We did loads of things that we wanted to do, travelled and yeah, had fun. Then we had kids and we thought, right, okay, so I'm 34, it's now time to settle down anyway. I'm willing, starting to get a bit tired anyway, I'm willing to spend nights in and look after the kids, and that's where we are now. And of course then we'll come out the other end in about, well, I don't know, how old is, if Jamie's coming up for 13 and Holly's 10, give it about 8-9 years, and we'll just get our entire lives back. And that'll be weird. Strange enough as it is, getting little bits of my life back. But to where actually your entire life comes back. You can understand why it's around about this point that a lot of people have a third kid. That's why you have this gap of like a 13-year-old, a 10-year-old and a 1-year-old, because they've suddenly gone, oh, my babies. But anyway, what am I talking about? This isn't my parenting hell or anything like that. Of course, if they want to have me on, then please do. Yeah, we've already done the hashtag, haven't we? That was get over yourself, because of me hanging off the back of the machine. But hopefully you'll agree that that was a really tough workout, okay? I mean, like I said, I'm going to go for like a quick run, my cool down run around the block, just because I need to do some running because of my high rocks training, but I don't need to do anything else. That was a proper full-on workout. Tomorrow's then a rest day to let me recover. I might do some light weights and all that kind of stuff, but I'm certainly, that was kind of like a proper zingy, full-on top point workout for me, that I'm then going to just let be in there. But it's because I've got a full training schedule. I do all 5 of these workouts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I then take a rest day, and then I do some high rocks training, which is like all the sled pushes and rowing, and rowing, that's what I just did here. Running, I meant to say, and ski erg and things. So I do that, and then I go straight back into the rowing training plan again. So I really only have 1 day off a week. So this is why a session like that is all I need, because otherwise I'm going to scrape my barrel. As it was last night, I was doing sled pushes and things. So yesterday's was week 4, session 4, which was the nice 30 minutes, 18 strokes a minute, nice low intensity workout. And then I had an hour spare at night, and I just had a massive adrenaline rush after a conversation with someone, so I needed to burn off all that adrenaline. So I thought, right, I'll go and do some sled pushes. Loaded 120 kilograms up onto the sled and was just giving some pushes. And I was then sitting down for this workout today going, have I made a mistake? But fortunately, no. Fortunately, as we saw when we came down to 128, I still had it in me. However, I know that if I do too much again, either today or if I do way too much, well, actually, tomorrow's going to be a rest day anyway, so, but if I do too much exertion stuff for the rest of the day, say, then I'm going to end up really scraping my barrel of energy, and I won't recover enough for the Sunday's training for high rocks and then to get into the final week of the 1K plan for this. So, as I've said before, listen to how your body feels rather than the training diary you have in front of you, or even your ego. If your ego's like, well, that wasn't much of it, that was only 6 minutes of work. Let's go out for a run and really destroy ourselves. Think what you've got coming ahead of you, okay? Think where you are. There's nothing wrong with recovering and being fully energized. In fact, that's what you want. So really, tomorrow's rest day, I want to wake up on Sunday ready to take on the world. I don't want to do something tomorrow that kind of gives me that kind of like, oh, I feel sluggish because I worked so hard the day before. Yeah, sure, you can kind of lean into that and go, wow, I must have had a really hard workout. But at one point you have to recover. At one point you have to have a day where you're like, ding, 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 I'm ready for the world, okay? So that's the point. Training shouldn't be about grinding yourself into the ground. It should be about giving you up and downs, making sure you have a full recovery, and then up and downs. Make sure you have a real full recovery. Because otherwise what happens is your line just gradually, even though you've got up and downs, if you were to draw a straight line, it'd just be going down and down and down and down and down, and then you get to burnout. And that's the point where your brain goes, I don't like this rowing anymore. Your body goes, okay? And you don't want that. You want to make sure that you've got like a nice even keel. Your performance is increasing, but your energy, if you were to draw a straight line through every single day of your recovery and whatever, would kind of be round about the same. It can have a little bit of a downward trend, but then you take a week off and it suddenly goes back up again. Who knows, okay? But anyway. So there we go. A little bit of an end rant about that one, but it's important because of where we are and because of, like I said, that's quite short in terms of intensity for that workout. But you did have a warm up and a cool down stuff, so that's why I said all that. Right? I'm just going to go have some spaghetti. Is that okay? Yeah? All right. I'll see you in another video. Take care. Be well. Bye-bye.